Hi everyone, I'm Jana. This is my first video on my YouTube channel. Yay! So I am a licensed independent social worker. I am an advocate for postpartum depression, and I do a lot with health and wellness coaching. And I speak a lot about my battle with postpartum depression. I have gotten a lot of people asking me about my journey with it and how I was able to overcome my battle, my second battle with it, and how I was able to overcome it. So I decided to create a video and a channel to direct people to, and hopefully for you to hopefully find some help and maybe share for people going through the same thing. So a little bit about my history. I have always been a very, very, very spunky, happy-go-lucky person, and no depression whatsoever. And in June 2015, I had my first son. He is 2 now, the best thing in the world. And throughout the pregnancy, I would say depressed, but I didn't know it was depression. Never really had it. I just thought it was pregnancy, normal stuff. So after he was born, I just remember a complete mind shift of, I felt like I was dead. Just bawling uncontrollably. I could just fall to the floor at any second and just sob as if I just got the worst call, like, in my whole entire life. If my husband would say anything, even remotely negative to me, I would, just crumble. I was very... I would take everything very personal. It would take everything to get off of the couch. Getting off the couch was too much work for me. I was 100 pounds heavier than I was pre-pregnancy. 100 pounds. 100 pounds heavier. But I was still attributing that to pregnancy hormones. I'll get over it. Well, they never went away. And I was like, what is freaking going on? And it kind of would change from me just being sad, but then it would kind of go from sadness to anger. I would just I would get mad that people would be like, why are you sad? And I'm like, I'm not sad. And I would just display it in anger. I did not want to be social. I made every excuse to not be around people. I loved to bring up negative topics of conversation. I loved talking about people. I never had thoughts of harming my baby, but I remember at night, just feeling so, it was the oddest feeling in bed at night, thinking it would be so much easier if I just died. It wasn't an action plan. It was just like the ideation. It was just the thought. And that was scary. That was kind of like okay, like something is wrong with your brain chemistry. Something is wrong. So that was the point where I was like, okay, this is beyond, you're a little bit stressed out from having a new baby. Something's wrong with your brain chemicals. So I went to my doctor, and he put me on an antidepressant, and we kind of tweaked around with it over the next few months, and we found something that worked. And a year later, we decided to try for baby number 2. And I decided to wean off of the antidepressants to see, why take something if you don't need to? So they helped me wean off of them, and it came back. I remember as soon as I got pregnant with number 2, like those same thoughts like came back at night of like the ideation, and I went back to the OBGYN, and they put me on the same prescription, and it's just crazy. And I just, like, from that point on, I've always just kind of reflected back on that experience as like I see myself now compared to then, and I'm like, wow. Even reading my social media, I kind of go back to that time period, and I read my posts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no wonder I only had like 100 friends. I was sharing all these things like very passive aggressively, just to try to like make people mad, because like I wasn't happy. So I like, why would I want someone else to be happy? And you can just see it in my post how miserable I was. And like I never wanted people to come over, because like, why? And like I've just started sharing my journey, because I've met so many people who don't talk about it, and are always like, how are you so open about it? And it's helpful for me to talk about it. It's therapeutic. I'm a talker. I'm a therapist. So talking is helpful for me. And I love chatting and talking about things like this. And it's just interesting to look back on those times and just see the difference in yourself. I'll even look back on pictures, and like, I literally look dead. I am pale. I have huge dark circles underneath of my eyes. Like, my eyes like have like, I'm like zoned, like, and like I have no like zest. And now like I look for every excuse to be around people, and I'm like, I just always want to be helpful, and I'm always like, oh my gosh, like I want to like go do something. Let's have people over. Let's go do something. Like I want to go help. I want to like go do something. And my hope is that people who think that they might have postpartum depression, or someone they know might have postpartum depression, or anything like that, to please, please, please not take it lightly. To tell you the truth, I was the last person to think I would be that person to get postpartum depression, because I'm not a depressed person, and I had it like really bad. I share a lot of my story on my social media and pictures. I don't think I can share pictures on here. And please, please, please do everything you can to encourage them to see a doctor or get treatment. I've seen so many clients and stories of people doing very horrible endings where there is help. I could have been one of those if it wasn't for, just knowing what was going on. If I wouldn't have known this is what it is, who knows what would have happened? I don't want to think about it. So please, 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 if you have questions, I don't know how you contact me on YouTube yet. I'm brand new to this. Feel free to contact me. I have a page that I use for this kind of stuff. It is, actually, you can email me. It is platinum, PLATINUM, like IN, platinum in BLUE, platinum in blue at gmail.com. If you have any questions about my journey with postpartum depression, or anything like that. So please, please, please don't let anyone or yourself, if you think you have this, don't suffer, because it will eat you alive and get you, and don't let it. It's not worth it. Thank you so much.